Number 7. The Table That Saved Hitler. In the heart of Nazi Germany, brave resistance fighters led by Klaus von Stauffenberg planned to assassinate Hitler. Stauffenberg secretly placed a bomb under the table at a meeting Hitler attended. But at that very moment, the table was moved. A thicker, heavier table replaced the original one. Stauffenberg placed the bomb behind the leg of the table. When it exploded, the thick table absorbed much of the blast, saving Hitler from death. Pause for a moment and think. Just a few centimeters difference in a table's position determined the fate of millions. Without this small detail, history could have unfolded completely differently. Number 6. The Lost Letter. Excitement was high at the Spanish court. Christopher Columbus was about to set sail westward to unknown oceans. But there was one very important detail. A letter sent to the King of Portugal, containing maps and navigation instructions, would decide the fate of the new discoveries. A courier received the letter and set sail. But at the time, communication was not very reliable. The letter changed hands, was delayed, and eventually never reached the Portuguese king. Lost in the archives, that small piece of paper stood behind the door of a destiny that would change the world. Spain recognized this gap and approved Columbus's voyage. The ship sailed out into the ocean and got lost in the waves, and finally Columbus saw America. Imagine if that letter had arrived in time, it would have taken centuries to discover America. Number 5. The Microchip and the Power Outage. On a hot summer day in 1958, Jack Kilby was working intensively at Texas Instruments, trying to miniaturize electronic circuits and make them more efficient. At that time, electronic devices were huge, filled with massive transistors, cables, and separate parts. Kilby dreamed of combining all these complex components into a single piece. Suddenly, a power outage plunged the lab into darkness. Most devices stopped working, but Kilby's small circuit kept running even in the dark. This unexpected event sparked an idea. Maybe I can integrate all circuit elements into one small chip. He immediately began working and produced the first integrated circuit prototype. The microchip revolutionized not just electronics but human life. Computers became smaller, faster, and accessible. Cell phones, modern medical devices, cars, all fruits of Kilby's idea born during that blackout. A power outage turned out to be a small but powerful spark that changed the course of technology history. Number 4. Napoleon's Russian campaign and the deadly winter. In the summer of 1812, Napoleon, commanding Europe's most powerful army, launched a massive campaign to conquer Russia. He advanced to Moscow with tens of thousands of soldiers, only to find the city deserted. The Russians had retreated and burned much of it. Napoleon's army began to suffer not just from enemy resistance, but from harsh, natural conditions. The early and severe Russian winter exhausted the French soldiers. Thousands froze, starved, and fell ill, forcing a slow retreat. The Russians' strategic withdrawal combined with the bitter cold destroyed Napoleon's legendary army. This disaster is considered a turning point in European history and symbolized the fall of a great empire. Number 3. Titanic. In 1912, the Titanic, the largest and most luxurious passenger ship built to date, set sail from Southampton. Said to be the strongest and safest ship in the world, Titanic was on its maiden voyage across the Atlantic Ocean. When the ship hit an iceberg, disaster became inevitable. Design flaws and negligence worsened the tragedy. Lifeboats were insufficient and some were left unused. The crew failed to implement emergency procedures properly. These small but critical details cost over 1,500 lives. The Titanic disaster led to a complete overhaul of maritime regulations and stricter international safety standards. Number 2. The mold surprise in Fleming's laboratory. In the summer of 1928, Alexander Fleming was working on Staphylococcus bacteria. After leaving the lab for a while, he noticed mold had grown on one of his petri dishes. Normally a problem, but Fleming saw that the bacteria around the mold had died. This chance observation led Fleming to discover penicillin, the miracle antibiotic. This discovery revolutionized the fight against bacterial infections and saved millions of lives. The accidental mold growth became one of modern medicine's greatest turning points. Number 1. The small detail in the acceptance of the Declaration of Independence. In the summer of 1776, intense debates took place over the acceptance of America's Declaration of Independence. During discussions, Benjamin Franklin accidentally dropped a note. Another delegate picked it up and noticed an important clause written on it. This clause sped up the debates and helped pave the way for the Declaration's acceptance. A small coincidence played a crucial role in America's path to independence. What do you think the topic of the next video should be? Don't forget to comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.